Okay, so just want to show you some items that I recently sold and some stuff that's happened recently. So here's the hutch. This is the hutch that I showed last time. It's a miniature hutch. It's only 24 inches and has these really cute little doors, you know, all handmade, vintage, antique. And that one sold probably within a few days. And so let me look. So that one I got for $8 and it ended up selling for $64. So pretty good profit for a miniature hutch. You know, when I pack it up, it is going to be a little bit difficult because I want to make sure that it is a delicate item to put some styrofoam and for it to be safely packed. The next item that I have that recently sold, and I can show you the listing for this one, so I'll go ahead and show you that right now. So the next item that I sold, which I also showed in one of my other videos, is a 25 CD disc player. These are pretty popular. I have seen them online that they are selling pretty well. So if you do come across them, you know, nowadays you think, oh, nobody's playing CDs, but they are. And so these mega multiplayer CDs are popular. This one I got for free on Let Go, and I ended up selling that one for $59. So zero costs, and that one was free. And here's that one sold. And then on to some clothing items. This one was from the $20 haul. It's called Winning Design Quality. It is a extra large. Just a regular sweater. You know, it is pretty comfy and soft, but apparently somebody wanted that and it was a larger size, so usually sometimes those ones sell better. And here's that. The next item are the overalls. So you guys know I bought like 5 different sets of overalls at the surplus store. And I might go back to see what else they have, or I will go back to see if I can find some vintage overalls. That's what seems to be selling. So these ones are Gap and Gap Blue Jeans Blue. Again, these ones sold within a few days. Just some regular overalls, but they are vintage from the 1990s. They are in really good shape. And so these ones I bought for $1 and I ended up selling them for $37. Here you go. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, you know, it's got some cool pockets and, you know, pockets in the back. You might think, oh, nobody's buying overalls, but they are, and I've got watchers on my other ones as well. Again, but there are the vintage overalls. So I will go back to the surplus store and see if I can find some more vintage overalls. Let's see. And so the last item that I have is already packed away. This is an item that my daughter Evelyn, who's 7, actually bought, and it is a Vogue doll. And here's that listing. So that one ended up selling for $12.50. We got that for $2, so she was super excited. It's not going to be a huge profit, but she was excited, and now she's gonna probably buy a Shopkins doll online. And and then I also ended up selling 2 CRT TVs. One was a Toshiba and the other one was a Daewoo, both 13 inches. The Daewoo had a DVD player, and the Toshiba had a DVD player, and the Daewoo had a VCR player. So both of those I had bought each one for $10. The Toshiba ended up selling for $107, and here's that one. And then the Daewoo ended up selling for $61.95. I thought it was going to sell for a higher amount, but you know, sometimes you take what you can get. But I did buy that one for $10. So I did pack those ones up, and I went to the FedEx store today. So I was looking on YouTube, and I came across this guy who had a video, and he was packing CRT TVs. I found it very interesting. I kind of, you know, it made me come to a realization that maybe I'm putting way too much styrofoam. I mean, I want my TVs to be protected, but at the same time, you don't want to waste too much, you know, materials if you don't need to, and time. So I'm going to put a link to that video and him showing how he packs the TVs. Now, I did something very similar the way I pack them, but I have reused styrofoam, so I did have to cut that. I recently got a hot knife, so I can cut those very quickly, but it is still time consuming because they're not like perfect, you know, the size that you want them. So anyways, this guy, he already, you know, buys the styrofoam in sheets, and he did it like super quick. The styrofoam he uses isn't very thick. It's pretty, you know, thin. It's not the width that I've been using. But I did kind of copy some of his technique, such as, you know, I put the actual screen of the TV flat towards the end, towards the bottom, and then the back is facing upward in the box. So I did go ahead and use that technique. You know, those CRTVs are pretty durable, so I think I shouldn't have any issues, but I will let you know if I do. That will be like a big bummer if something happens to those, but I still put a lot of styrofoam. But I did find the link pretty helpful, and you know, I did like that, you know, his technique was pretty quick. So I'm gonna try to get quicker when I'm packing my CRTVs, and just kind of gives you an example of a lot of times people get intimidated by such big items, but there are techniques you can use to pack it very quickly and it still be secure. And then here's a clip of me talking about some issues that I had with a Russian customer recently. It looks like the item arrived today, and so I haven't heard anything back from him, so I'm thinking that everything arrived safely. But it was a microscope, Olympus, made in Japan. So I'm here at the Goodwill, gonna go check it out, see if I can find anything, but just wanted to tell you a quick little story about something that recently happened. So here's an item that I recently sold. It was a microscope made in Japan, and here it is. Okay, so that was a microscope. So for that one, I had it like, okay, we'll only ship within the continental United States. I didn't want to ship it out. You know, it's a delicate item, and just wanted to stay here in the United States. So I have this customer from Russia who contacts me, and he's like, I really want to buy this, and I only want the microscope part of it. I don't need the stand. He was like, just go ahead and throw the stand away. And I'm like, I'm not throwing the stand away, but he's like, I just want the microscope. Can you send it to Russia? And I'm like, okay, well, I can do through the global shipping. And he's like, no, if you do it through the global shipping, it's going to be so expensive. Like, can you just do an international priority? So we went back and forth, and you know, I changed it to international priority, and you know, he kept emailing me, well, it's still really expensive, like, can you discount the price, you know, can it just be, I just want to make sure that the total is like 150, that I don't go over 150, and you know, you can have the stand, so you can sell that separately. So, and then he wanted me to send him more pictures of the microscope, like, you know, the inside, and you know, from all different sides. So I'm sending him all these pictures, I'm doing all this stuff, which, guys, it's not worth it. If somebody is asking you like so many questions and wanting you to, you know, make all these special requests, you know, sometimes it's just not worth it. So anyways, he ended up buying it, and I knew he was going to be like, you know, emailing me, when did you ship it? When did you ship it? I actually have 3 days, 2 to 3 days for shipping, just because, you know, I work full time, I've got the kiddos. So I try to give, you know, myself enough time to ship things, but I knew he was going to be like, when is it, you know, it needs to come next day. So I ended up shipping it, you know, the next day, US priority, and all of a sudden he starts messaging me again. My package hasn't moved. It's still in, you know, the same place. Like, what's going on? You need to contact the post office. So I did see in there that it was, for some reason, there was something that was going on, and the post office that I dropped it off at, it went to like the central Austin location to ship out, and for some reason then it went back to the local post office, and then it went back to the central place. And so I told him, I was like, I guess there was, you know, some mix up at the post office, but I can't, you know, if you've ever called the postal service, it's crazy. You're like on the, you know, spending like an hour or something. And I was like, no, I mean, it's just got to work itself through the postal service, you know, it'll get to you. So just kept emailing me, well, you need to call the postal service. And finally I'm just like, no, it's on its way. I sent it off, you know, when I told you I was going to send it off, and it's on its way. So I haven't heard back from the guy. So hopefully it gets to Russia soon. I have no clue what type of feedback he's going to leave me. That's probably another reason that, you know, these high maintenance people, I mean, I think you probably just avoid them. I don't know if it's worth it. And so anyways, I ended up listing the stand separately and ended up selling that one. So that was good. I mean, at least I think I sold that one for $35. The shipping was a little off, so I ended up making a little bit money on the shipping. You know, the box that I used ended up being smaller, so, you know, the original dimensions that I thought it was going to be, it ended up not being that. So since the box was smaller, it was a little bit cheaper. So I'll give you an update on what happens with the Russian customer. But I think that's, you know, just, you know, sometimes it's just not worth it. So I really should have just, you know, told the guy, hey, no, I'm just going to ship within the United States, and that's it. So, you know, now I've kind of put myself on the line. You know, maybe he's going to leave me negative feedback because he didn't get it in time. He thought he was going to get it super fast. But I'll let you know how it goes and see what kind of feedback he leaves me. Or if none at all. I'm fine with none. That's good. So that was that little story about that. So we'll see if I get any other messages from him. Hopefully I don't hear from him ever again. That's what I would hope so. Okay, and here's a clip of, I had to meet this lady from Let Go to pick up a TV, and it was very unsuccessful. And here's a clip of an unsuccessful pickup. Okay, so I'm here right now to meet this lady. I'm buying a TV, a VHS, DVD, a Kai TV, like 13-inch, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so that was a total waste of time. The lady told me that everything was working. It has a VHS and a DVD player, and that everything was working, that there wasn't any issues. She was a really nice lady, and we tested it, and the VHS player was not working. You know, I don't know, maybe it just needed to be cleaned out, or but the tracking was all off. It was, you know, the picture was, you know, had the white lines all through it, and, you know, I'm not going to take the risk of like buying it and then not being able to fix it. I have a VHS tape that I use to clean VHS, but that's after I've tested them and I know that they're working, and I just want to do a cleaning of the VCR, but I wasn't going to take it. So that's what happens sometimes. I drove all the way over here during my lunch break, and now I'm leaving empty-handed. But I'm glad that I found out. I mean, some people tell you that things are working and then you take them home and they're not working. So that's happened before. So definitely when you're communicating with people from Let Go and OfferUp, just ask them, like, have you tested it? You know, have you tried a VHS tape? Have you tried a DVD? Have you turned it on? Have you played a CD in it recently? So just get
confirmation from them. I'm almost at the point to be kind of asking people for like a video, like send me a video clip of it actually working, because if not, sometimes you get in the situation. Now I've spent my whole lunch break and I got nothing out of it. So I'm gonna go to the post office right now. I'm dropping off a visor that I sold. I got it for free at a garage sale. They were like, if you buy something, then you get a free visor. So I bought a visor and it was brand new and I sold it, I think, for like $12. So I'm gonna go drop that off at the post office and then go back to work. But anyways, I thought I'd shoot this video in front of the fire. It actually has been freezing here. It started raining, so the roads have been super icy, and work got canceled today, and school for my kiddos got canceled, so we've just been hanging out at home, like went to go see a movie, went to go see Paddington 2, which is really good. And that's it. I gotta pack up this hutch tonight. I've gotta pack up this CD player tonight. Obviously the clothes, not gonna be a big deal. But you know, that's what I'll be doing tonight, and that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. I also want to say thank you so much to all of the subscribers. I've been getting a lot of new subscribers, so that's great. And just let me know if you have any questions. Obviously, you know, I do this part-time. I've been selling on eBay for a little over a year, so I'm also kind of new to everything. So if you have any tips, let me know, and that's it. See you next time.